Hello everyone, welcome to Loving You to Help Energy Intuitive Guidance. I'm Evie. Be hanging out with you today, checking out what Spirit has to say to us. If you are new to the channel, welcome. I'm so excited that you're here, hanging out with us this beautiful day, and just checking in with Spirit and seeing what they want us to know and what they have in store for us. The question that we'll be asking Spirit today is, what is it that my spirit guides want me to know for the month of November? What guidance do my spirit guides have for me in the month of November? So this is a pick a card reading. We have 3 piles here. The first pile, I'll be using the Fairy Tarot. And I decided to use chunky crystals today. So this is an amethyst crystal, very beautiful, very pretty. I was like, let's go on the chunky side today. Why not? So that is with the Fairy Tarot. So if that calls to you, that is pile number 1. Pile number 2 is the Tattoo Tarot. And I decided to use a rose quartz crystal. So pile number 2 is the rose quartz crystal. Very pretty. Like I said, I took my chunky pieces today. Let's be bold today. Let's get some, if it's going to call to you, let it be the stone or the pile, but let it be something that calls to you. Pile number 3 is the Crystals Tarot. And I have a lovely fuchsite stone. It's a fuchsite right there. There we go. So if that calls to you, then pick pile number 3. Pile number 1, we have the amethyst stone with the Fairy Tarot. Pile number 2, we have the rose quartz crystal with the Tattoo Tarot. Pile number 3 is the crystal visions with the fuchsite stone. So some housekeeping items, as always. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I hope that you would consider subscribing. Just press that subscribe button so that you can hang out with me in spirit a little bit more and see what Spirit has to offer or say to us. If you are in the Phoenix area, I am a mobile Reiki service. So I provide mobile Reiki to you. If you're interested, the information of my email will be in the description box below. If you are in the Phoenix area and are interested in becoming a 1 or 2 Reiki practitioner, please again reach out to me in my email, which is in the description box below, and I would be happy to get back to you in regards to what becoming a Reiki practitioner looks like. If you are anywhere in the world and you are interested in a reading or in distance Reiki, please reach out to me by email and we will discuss options for you. What else? I guess that's it for today. Oh, actually one more thing. I do own my own online shop. It is called eviescreations.com. It will be in the description box below. If you are interested in crystals, in healing jewelry, Reiki infused jewelry, Reiki infused pendants and necklaces, Reiki infused soap, please check out eviescreations.com and we ship everything to you anywhere around the world. All right, everyone, without further ado, we are going to get to the reading. As always, before any reading, I do have us all do a meditation, relaxation, just a breathing exercise, a grounding exercise real quickly. It's just for us to let go of the day thus far and just be able to just ground ourselves and prepare ourselves for the messages that Spirit has for us. It is a way for us to invite our spirit guides in and ask Spirit, if a deck calls to you, ask your spirit guides to let you know which deck it has the message that is needed for you to hear today. Which one should you pick? Ask Spirit to help you discern the messages in the reading. these are general readings. And so therefore, if it's something in a pile that's not for you, just let that go and take the rest. Sometimes these intuitive readings, maybe it's just a sentence you needed to hear, a statement you needed to hear. I feel that Spirit just calls you to the right pile, and you will know when that message is for you. All right, everyone, without further ado, let's get into our breathing and our grounding exercises, and we'll get started. Everyone, take a nice deep breath in and let that go. Nice deep breath in and let it go. Audible exhale. Last time, nice deep breath in and let that go. All right, everyone. I hope that you enjoy your readings. Sending you tons of love and light. Take care. Hello, my pile number ones. Pile number one, if you chose this pile, you have chosen the amethyst crystal. Nice and, there we go. Amethyst crystal, nice and chunky crystal here. Very pretty. Amethyst is all about healing energy. It's about decreasing anxiety. It's about, just keeping health, overall health, helping to heal any illness. It's just a beautiful energy that comes with the amethyst crystal. So if you were guided to that, here we are. And we are using the Fairy Tarot deck, by Doreen Virtue. In the title of each pile reading, I do list the deck names, the cards names, for you if for some reason you do enjoy one of the decks and would like to get them for yourselves. So that's the Fairy Tarot. Alrighty, the question that we are asking Spirit today, pile number one, is what is it that my spirit guides want me to know for the month of November? What is it that I need to know going forward? What is it that we need to know, what steps to take, maybe what thoughts to have, maybe what to let go. I mean, who knows, right? All right, everybody. So I am going to begin by using tinctures, and just it allows Spirit to know that we are ready for communication. All right. So let's shuffle the deck and see what Spirit has. Let's see what unfolds today. What is it for pile number one that they need to know for the month of November? What is it that the Spirit guides, those who chose pile number one, what is it that Spirit would like them to know? What is it that Spirit wants pile number one to know? Okay, a couple of shuffles in there. And as always, we cut the deck. That's okay. Alrighty, Spirit. What is it that pile number one needs to know about the month of November? What is it that you would like them to know for the month of November? What guidance? Oops, there you go. What guidance do they need to know? Alrighty. So your overall underlying energy, pile number one, is the Hermit. The Hermit is finding or being a mentor, taking a break from society, focusing and going within. So that's a strong underlying energy for you, pile number one. Okay, we got the Nine of Spring for you, the Five of Winter, the Three of Spring, the Wheel, Seven of winter, and the Five of autumn. So your underlying energy as the Hermit stage, and looking at the cards that have come out thus far, for the month of November, pile number one, I feel like Spirit is almost asking you to just pause, to not make any choices that are huge and that will be making massive choices and changing things in your life, unless you have thought them over, unless you have analyzed everything that is associated with those decisions. Your first card that you have is that came out is the Nine of Spring, or the Nine of Wands. And what the Nine of Springs is protecting the fruits of your labor. It is preparing for possible challenges that may lie ahead. It is, for this, I feel pile number one is that you may be living in a time right now that there's a lot of change happening in your life, a lot of chaos kind of surrounding you, a lot of uncertainty. I feel that right now, pile number one is just you feel like you're stuck in a rut and you don't know where to go. I feel that where you're at right now, you know that life seems to be a little bit chaotic, and you're kind of lost in that chaos, and you almost feel lost in it, not knowing what it is that you need to do to get out of it, or what it is that your next steps are. For some of you in pile number one, it seems as though you may be in a situation, whether it's a relationship or a work situation, where somebody is being dishonest, and that dishonesty just has you feeling disheartened, and you don't know what to do. It feels like you've almost lost control of your life because somebody has either lied to you or has done some shady shit to you, where you're just like, I just don't know what to do anymore. It's like, it feels like almost like the rug was pulled from underneath your feet, and you're kind of just like in that energy now of not knowing what it is that you need to do ahead. And I feel like your spirit guides is almost trying to bring that to your attention. It's almost like you've known that you have this issue going on, or that you've been deceived to, and you're being stuck in that energy, and you're not knowing where to go or what to do, pile number one. But your spirit guides are telling you that it's time for you to really think about what it is that your next steps are going to be, what it is that you need to do to get out of the situation, what it is that you need to do to move forward in your life. You can't stay stuck in this energy, pile number one, and move forward. It almost feels like it has you paralyzed, it has you frozen. The following card that you have after that is that Three of Spring card, and the Three of Spring card is like planning your next steps, looking at the long term, having patience, that there's other good things to come. It's other good things to come. You have to realize that good things are coming, good things are on their way, but you have to go inside and change your current situation right now. If and I go by past, present, future, as you will, like how things are going to progress in time, right? When I read, and so you see that it's like you have to protect the fruits of your labor. You have to understand that challenges may be ahead. Now that can be your past energy, or something that you're trying to get out of. For some of you, you're trying to protect it from this, to protect yourself, or protect, if it's a work related person. If this has to do with work for some of you, pile number one, then it feels like you need to protect what it is that you've done. And if somebody's being shady, or you're not getting paid correctly, or you have a boss that's just really corrupt, I have to say the word corrupt for some reason. So if you know that somebody's being really corrupt in business matters, or whatever, then it's time for you to kind of cut your losses, walk away. You have to cut your losses, walk away, because you have to keep your eyes on your long-term goals. The good is coming, but you have to get rid of this bad stuff first before you can move forward towards the good light. And then what you have after that, you have the Wheel card here, and it's saying your delays are over, that everything is going to be good, great. The Wheel is also about changes. It's cycling, right? So for some of you, pile number one, if it's the business endeavor, you need to let that old energy go. If somebody's corrupt, if you know it's wrong, if you're doing something corrupt, if you're doing something that you're not supposed to be doing, right, and you know that it's bad, and you want to get out of that, just cut your losses and move forward. for some of you guys that are in a relationship, if you know the relationship is bad or it's shady or just something is wrong with it, just cut your losses and move forward with your life. Just let it go. Go within, be a hermit, meditate. Before you make any of these decisions, you must go inside and meditate and really analyze everything that has been going on and why you've stayed thus far and why it is that you need to leave. You want that wheel energy. You want to go through all these cycles and finally go through whatever this dark night of the soul energy is. Get rid of that, and so that you can get into your wheel. And the wheel, and the number 10 in the wheel there is, when you have a 10, it's always talks about, for me, it's always means endings and new beginnings. And so I feel as though just going through that process, whether you're leaving a relationship, whether you're leaving a job where someone's been corrupt, the word corrupt keeps coming up. So some of you, I guess, need to hear that word corrupt. And you're so sick of being part of it, it is time for you somehow to just think about how you are going to get out of that. Think about how you can move forward out of that. And of course, after the wheel, you see, it's like almost reiterating, hey, there's a better choice. You're not seeing things clearly. You're running away from the truth. You're running away from what is right in front of you. And when you're in that hermit road, it's asking you to really look at the whole situation, to really look at your picture, to see what it is that needs to be changed, what it is that you need to do to get out of this. Don't lie to yourself about trying to make the situation, whatever it is, whether it's work or your relationship. Some of us don't want to see what's there, so you kind of like, you kind of make excuses for it, or see the brighter part of it, or be like, well, it's not that bad kind of deal. But this energy is telling you to make sure that you really analyze your whole picture, that you really go within, ask for spiritual guidance, speak to your spirit guides. They're clearly wanting this message out here for you for November. Like, hey, November's the month. We're getting towards the end of the year. It's time to clear up the baggage so that you can start 2021 with a bang, 2021 better. Because if you're bringing this into 2021, it's only going to follow you into 2022 and 2023, right? So you want to definitely make sure that you just, cut your losses, protect what it is that you have, and keep that. Don't get worse into it. And move forward so you can go through those cycles, go through the cycles of the wheel and get out of that so that those delays are over and you can start your new life. Reach out for other people, family, friends, for assistance. Reach out for, a new job. If this is career related, reach out to other people in regards to what would be your next step for a next career. If you're tired of this corruption or this bad situation or bad organization and you want to get out of it, pal number one, then reach out to other people, see how they can help you. Sometimes it's a conversation with a friend and they can be like, hey, we're hiring somewhere else. Hey, we need somebody to do this and that or whatever like that. For some of you who are in your relationship and see that things are pretty bad and think that things are shady or that you're being lied to or you're being deceived, for some of you, I feel like it's telling you, hey, just cut your losses with that. Get out of it. See things with clear eyes. See that there's something better out there for you, that you're not stuck in this. This is not something that has to be forever. This is something that is for now. And when you're going into that hermit mode, is for you to process really what it is that has happened. You are the only person that can be honest to yourself. You're the only person that knows you deep inside. You're the only person that can really talk to your higher self and really talk about what it is that's been going on and what it is that's really right and really wrong. For you guys in pile number one, I feel like you know that this message is for you and you're still doubting, almost like, no, that can't be for me. That's probably not for me. That's probably not what it meant. But it is for you. It is for you to know, hey, you have to really reevaluate your situation. Now, going in the hermit mode means that, you're not going to get up and make a rash decision, right? You're going to think about what's going on and in your head create a plan of action. What it is that you're going to do to get out of your situation. Do I have to save some money? Do I have to make sure I protect my resources? Do I save my money, cut my losses with this person, and then go and have patience that it's all going to be cool and great? I've gone through this cycle. I'm going to I feel here like what you in your moment is like, okay, you have to cut your losses, right? You have to cut your losses, and but you're not seeing the big picture. You're not seeing that things are going to be better, that things are going to be okay, because you're stuck in this and you're worried. But if you just let that go and plan correctly and reach out for help, then you can get out of this. This energy is going to change. That wheel is about cycles, life cycles. You're going to change out of this whole thing, and and something better is in the end. You're Sometimes when you go into this wheel energy, right, things are changing, delays are over. That can cause anxiety. That can still make you look back to like this life, like, damn, should have really left this behind. And I feel like, for you, pile number one, that spirit is saying, yeah, you're all over the place mentally. You're all over the place. You know that you have to make a plan. You need to get out. You know this, but at the same time, you're like, but 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 should I stay? But should I be here? And spirit is saying, hey, no, seek help from others. Get that different job. Get somebody that can help you pay for bills. Get somebody that you can maybe have a roommate. Leave your situation, find a roommate so that you can split the bills, and leaving is a little bit easier because you can, financially support yourself. For you in the relationship, I feel like you really just need to go within, look at everything from a clear mind, not loving the person, but loving yourself. Pound number one, you have to love yourself, whether it's a corrupt career, whether it's a corrupt relationship. You need to love yourself. And the fact that you're like knowing that it's corrupt and knowing that it has that uneasy feeling in your stomach, it's something that you need to let go. Let go of that. Change your energy, change the cycles, get those delays over, get that good luck that's waiting for you. Spirit is always waiting to provide us the good, but sometimes mentally we keep ourselves in the energy that we're in. We keep ourselves stuck. We keep ourselves in our situation that is causing delays, that is causing grief, that is causing agony, that is causing desperation. Because sometimes, right, being either, whether it's being in any situation where you don't want to be in that situation, it almost makes you feel like overwhelmed and makes you feel like lost in time. And for your underlying energy to be that hermit, to be like stop, pause, think, pray, meditate, go within, do whatever it is that you normally do, pile number one, to ground yourself, to refocus yourself, to get that higher energies guidance, is something that you need to work on now. Because your cards, looking at them, you are a hot mess right now, and you are all over the place. It's that I know what the hell's going on that's wrong. I know that I need to let it go. But how do I let it go? Like, how do I move forward? How do I support myself out of this? How do I leave this job and make some good money so that I don't have to depend on anybody? How do I leave this relationship where we're 50-50 to where now it's 100% that I have to cover bills and stuff? How do I get out of that? What if I made a mistake? What if this is going to give me the abundance or luxury that I have, or that I'm used to, or that I can grow in this, or even if it's a little bit off or corrupt or not right or not setting so good with my soul, like if I stay here, I'm still financially straight, like I'm still financially able to do what it is that I need to do. But you're stuck in this, and it makes you miserable. It's not something that you're constantly having to worry, constantly having to stress. Sometimes what I'm hearing in my head is like, money isn't everything. You need it for your bills, but money is not everything. Let it go, and you will prosper. That luck will turn around. You'll have a windfall of money, a windfall of things that you will be perfectly fine. But it may not be as much money as you used to have, right? It may not be that same amount, but the happiness that you'll feel, the freedom that you feel, there's no amount of money that's worth that. There's no amount of money that's worth that. The happiness of leaving a relationship, the happiness of not having to deal with the stress of that, of the lying, of the deceit, of constantly being sad and constantly crying and constantly questioning, like that should be gone. So yeah, you don't have as much money. Yeah, you're going to suffer a little bit with your bills. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a struggle, but there's value in that struggle. There's value in leaving what you feel is corrupt, feeling what is this bad, because relationships could be corrupt, right? Job could be corrupt. It could be a one-sided thing. It could be one person being all for themselves and, you being there like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? So I just feel like just go within, Go within, pile number one, and know that things are going to change. You're in a energy of cycles and change. So go within, and meditate, and spirit will provide the plan. Your spirit guides will provide the plan. It'll be providing that person that walks into your life. It's like, hey, we're hiring, or dang, I'm looking for a roommate, or whatever. Something is going to get you out of your current situation, but you have to just meditate and ask spirit to help you along the way. I'm going to use the butterfly oracle deck. I am looking for it. Where are you? There you go. I'm going to use the butterfly oracle deck for life changes. Pile number one, I feel like this would be a lovely addition to your reading, because you are definitely seeming to have to go through a life-changing time. Your spirit guides have had it with you staying stagnant, man. They want you to move forward. They want you to know that it is time for you to change your life. Pile number one, is time for you to change your life. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Okay. Let's see. What is it that pile number one needs to know? What is it, spirit, that you want pile number one to know? What is it that you want pile number one to know? Spirit, what is it that you want pile number one to know? What is it that you want pile number one to know? What is it that's tapping? Mine fell on the floor, so excuse me. I can't bend. Oh, there we go. So the first one is grief work. Be true to you. And the underlying energy is changing your mind. Changing your mind. Changing your mind. All about change. All about thinking. All about changing your mind from your current situation to what it is. You thought something was good. You thought something was great. But you're changing your mind. You're going into this, again, the Seven of Winter energy, right? It's like, there's a better choice. Seeing things clearly. Seeing things the way that they really are. Changing your mind from thinking that this life that you're living right now is great, when it's in actuality is not, right? So grief work comes out too. Grief work is cutting your losses, is mentally finally letting go of a situation. You have to grieve it. It's almost like it died. So you have to cry it out. You have to grieve it. You have to go through the processes of grief, whether it's anger, sadness, frustration, regret, whatever it is that you need to go through your grief process. You need to go through that. Pile number one, your spirit guides are like, grieve it, cry it, let it go, figure it out. Ask spirit, ask why, cry to them. Whatever it is that you need to do, you have to get that grief work out. Whatever it is that grieving means to you, whether it's, calling somebody and talking to them about everything that's going on and how you're hurt and sad. You have grief work that you need to do in order to move forward. You need to just grieve it, release it. Do a releasing ceremony, write all down all the stuff that went wrong, all the stuff you want to let go, all the stuff you don't want to be attached to. And you go and you release it to spirit. You leave it in their hands and in their shoulders. You do burning rituals. You can flush it down the toilet. You can sink it in water. Whatever it is that releasing and grieving and letting go, whatever that is for you. And then the second card that came out of you on life changes, trying to get there we go, is be true to you. Be true to yourself. Be true to who you are. Be who you are. Somebody needs to hear that you have changed so much to accommodate your situation, whether it's your job, whether it is your relationship, that you have changed so much who you are. You've put who you are on the back burner so that you can fit into your current situation, and it's time for you to let that go. Be true to who you are. Be real to who you are. If somebody cannot accept you for the way that you are, for the person that you are inside, for your feelings, for your thoughts, for your attitude, for whatever, then that is not the situation for you, pile number one. There is no way that something can be real, whether it's a job or a relationship, and you can't be you. You can't be real. Then it's all based on bullshit, and it's all based on a lie. If it's something that's not in tune with your higher self, in tune with your spirit, it's all bullshit, and you need to let it go. I am going to get I'm going to use the Rebel deck, and the Rebel deck is one of those decks that it's very raw and straight and to the point. And I feel for you, pile number one, or for some of you in this pile, you need something to maybe like curse you out and to get you where you need to be. So Spirit, what is it that you want pile number one to know about November and about what it is as their spirit guide? What is it that they need to know? What is it that you want them to know? What is it that you want them to know, Spirit? So let's cut this deck in three and see what it is that my Rebel deck gotta say. My Rebel deck is a thing. My Rebel deck is awesome. I always say, that's why I say in my description, it's not for kids, or if you don't like that an F-bomb falls out here and there, then this may not be the channel for you, because I'm going to keep it real, right? So what is it that you want pile number one to know, Spirit? What is it that you want them to know for the month of November? Oopsie, that fell out. Spirit, don't lie. Right here. Some good shit is about to happen. Don't let your issues fuck it up. There you go. Some good shit is about to happen. Don't let your issues fuck it up. So I guess that's going to be how we're going to end the reading for pile number one. Pile number one, I hope that you enjoyed this reading. Please consider subscribing. Enjoy the rest of your day. I am sending you tons of love and light. Take care. Hello, pile number two. Welcome, pile number two. If you chose this pile, you chose the rose quartz crystal. The rose quartz crystal right here. I got chunky crystals today. And this rose quartz is all about love. So if it was calling to you, then just know that the rose quartz crystal is about personal love, self-love. It's about loving others. It's about attracting love into your life. So that is the rose quartz crystal there. And you have chosen the tattoo tarot. The tattoo tarot there with the lovely mandala in the front. So the question that we are asking Spirit today, pile number two, is what does our spirit guides want us to know in the month of November? So what does your spirit guide want you to know for the month of November? Okay, we're going to get started. We are going to use our tinctures so that we can let Spirit know that we're ready for communication with them. All right, everyone. So what is it that pile number two needs to know about the month of November? What is it that you as pile number two spirit guides, what is it that you want them to know about the month of November? What is it that you want them to know about the month of November? One more shuffle. Called to do one more shuffle, so why not? All right, let's cut the deck. Once I can get the cards in. Cards are still a little bit new, so they're a little stiff. Okay. Just make that look pretty. Alrighty. Pile number two, Spirit. What is it that you want them to know for the month of November? We have the Eight of Swords. We have the Page of Cups. We have the Death card. And the underlying energy is the Seven of Swords. So the underlying energy is the Seven of Swords. So with the underlying energy of your reading, pile number 2 being the Page of Swords, the Page of Swords is all about like deceit, deception, trying to get away with shit, trying to get away with either like stealing from somebody or being unfair or just being bad, getting what it is that you can get for yourself. Pile number 2. So the underlying energy is deception. So for some of you, I feel, actually for the majority, whoever chose pile number 2, I feel like you are in a situation, in a romance, in a love relationship that is completely based on lies and deception and what it is that you can get out of a person or that a person can get out of you. In this situation, pile number 2, I feel like you feel trapped in your situation. So it's almost like if you've chosen this pile, I feel that you guys are getting cheated on, you guys are being lied to, and you guys are being asked to look at your situation. Pile number 2, you feel trapped in your thoughts, your mind. You can't, right after this underlying energy of Seven of Swords, you go into your Eight of Swords energy. So the Eight of Swords energy could be something that you have dealt with, something that you are dealing with, if you haven't gotten into this energy yet. But if you've chosen pile number 2, I feel some of you are have been lied to, and you feel trapped, and you feel like there's no way for you to get out of it. If you look at the character in the card, she's naked, she's blindfolded, she just feels like there's no way out. She's just there, and that being naked and blindfolded and just sad and depressed is so trapping. You feel trapped inside pile number 2. You feel trapped in your current situation. But you want for your future, you want that Page of Cups energy. You want happiness, you want love, you want joy, you want something that is amazing, something, a love that you've never experienced, a pure love of heart, a pure love of happiness, a pure love of joy. You want to feel love, to be romanced, to be wined, to be dined. You want that I look at the person across the room kind of energy, and we just know that we're meant to be with each other. That energy of the butterflies in the stomach, the not being able to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner because you're so in love with somebody and they're running through your mind all day long. That is what you want, pile number 2, but that is not what you have. You have a deceitful, lying relationship. You have a conniving relationship. You have a relationship that somebody is constantly using you, constantly getting what it is that they can get from you. And they don't care if they leave you out to dry. They don't care if they use you for your car, your money, for your, for some people, somebody is using you for a career advancement. Somebody is using you so they can get higher in their career, higher in their position. You seem to be the person, pile number 2, that has the resources, that has the connections for something. And it seems as though someone's in a relationship with you because of what it is that you bring to them, what it is. And they know that they can't survive without you. They can't get that connection with that person without you. They don't have that job without you. They don't have a roof over their head without you. They don't have food on the table without you. So pile number 2, you're the like sugar mama or the sugar daddy. Because like I said, spirit, I've said in other readings rather, spirit is very gender fluid, I feel, or gender neutral. So it could be a guy and a girl, whichever one of you guys that are listening to this and who decided to choose pile number 2, you're being used. I don't know what other way to say it. You're being used. You know it. You feel trapped. You love this person, but they don't love you. Pile number 2, they don't love you. They really do not. They are using you for what it is that they can get from you. And they know it. They know that they can give you a little sweet kiss, a smile, a little hug, and it makes you feel so happy and loved because you want love so bad. You want this in love energy. You want that. And you're making this underlying energy, you're making it this love energy that you want, but this energy that you're in right now is not this energy that you want. You know it. You feel stuck. You don't know what to do, and you know it. And the beautiful thing with the swords of the Eight of Swords energy is that you can get out of it. You could wiggle your way out of feeling trapped. You could freaking rip that fucking blindfold off and see what the hell it is right in front of your face. You can see it. You just have to do it. The following energy after that is the Death card. And what is the Death? Endings and new beginnings. The character, I'm going to try to zoom in. The girl, you see her face. She is fucking crying. She's crying that shit died. It's over. She's crying. But if you look at the background, you see this beautiful sun in the background. There's a sun. There is light coming. There's light coming. But you need to say goodbye. Fucking bury this motherfucker, guy or girl, and move on with your life. Go to that sun. Go to the happiness. Go to what it is that you want. You want this Page of Cups energy. You want this love energy. You need to leave this deceitful relationship. You know, normally when I do a pile reading, you'll have like, oh, it can be for this. It can be for that. It can be for whatever. This, whoever picked pile number 2, your spirit guides want you out of this fucking messed up relationship. That's the only message that is really coming through. It is a relationship issue. It is a deceitful relationship. It is, you are being used. You are being used, abused. You are being mentally drained, mentally abused, emotionally, psychologically abused. You are abused. You're freaking being used, and it sucks because they know that you're a good person, and that sucks. So your spirit guides are like, get the fuck out of this. Let's use, I need to dig deeper on this. We need to dig deeper. Where do I want to use? Let us use, yeah, I am trying to think. Yep, I'm going to use the Archangel Raphael Healing Oracle deck. We got to heal. We got to heal from this. We got to get out of this. We got to move forward. We have the endings and the new beginning. I feel that a best balance to that endings and new beginnings is Archangel Raphael to heal us. All right, what is it that pile number 2 spirit guides want them to know about this energy, about this relationship, about moving forward with their life? What is it that spirit, you want pile number 2 to know for the month of November? What is it that you want pile number 2 to know for the month of November? Let's cut the deck. All right, pile number 2. Ooh, okay. Meditation. All righty. Anything else? Pile number 2. Yep. Let's do this. Call upon Archangel Raphael for help. And then one more card. One more card, and we'll take the underlying energy. What is it, spirit, that you want pile number 2 to know? What is it that you want pile number 2 to know? What is it that you want pile number 2 to know? Okay, well, those 2 turn, so we'll take them both. Okay, so the underlying energy of your reading is have faith. Dear Jesus and Archangel Raphael, thank you for boosting my faith so that I may trust in miracles. Have faith, pile number 2, have faith that this death, this ending and new beginning is going to change your life, is going to make things better. Have faith that this too shall pass, that you can get out of this, that you can change your life, that you can move forward with something amazing and better, that love that you're looking for, that innocent, never experienced in my life kind of love, that love that is the person that you are that person that would give that love to somebody. You want the love, pile number 2, that you give to be returned to you back. And so you can find that. Have faith that the universe is waiting to provide that for you. You just have to get rid of this situation. This situation must die for you to go to the light. You have to kill that situation off so that things can get 100% better. You just need to let that shit go. Alrighty, with the Archangel Raphael deck, the first card that came out is meditation. Dear Archangel Raphael, please meditate with me and guide me, mind, body, to focus on peace, health, and wellness. You need to ask, your spirit is asking you to ask them, to talk to them, to pray to them, to meditate to them, to whatever, religion you are, or if you're not religious, whatever spirituality, whatever you do to meditate, whatever you do to connect to your divine, you must do that. They have the answers that you need. They're waiting anxiously to help you. They want you to get the fuck out of this situation. So you really need, and I know I'm saying F-bombs and everything a lot, but for some reason, for this pile, for pile number 2, you need a wake-up call. You need somebody to tell you to get the hell out of your situation. You need that. November is a month where Spirit is just like, listen, let's go, let's get this shit cleaned up. Like, how long are you going to stay like this? How long are you going to be crying? How long are you going to be trapped? How long are these swords going to be freaking piercing you? How long are you going to feel like you have no way out? Are you going to stay like that forever and be miserable forever and let this person use and abuse you and laugh behind your back? Because they know they can do it. They know that you're going to let it happen. They know that you're that sweet person. You need to let this shit go. Call upon Archangel Raphael for help is the next card. Dear Archangel Raphael, I ask for your healing help with whatever your situation is. So I ask for your healing help with the deception in my life. I ask for the healing help for the deception in my relationship, for being used. I ask that you help to free me from this burden. And I thank you. I thank you for being there. Whether it's Archangel Raphael, whether it's your spirit guide, whether it is whatever it is that divine is for you, they want you out. They're here to help. Ask them for help. Get some fresh air. Get out. Get that new life. You just want help. The card says, help me to breathe easy. Releasing this stress and pattern and going from this terrible energy and ending it once and for all. You are going to one day, pile number 2, go outside and take a breath, a fresh air breath. Have the most amazing sigh of relief, because you finally will be free if you do and take the right path and do the things that you need to do to get out of your situation. I haven't had a reading so much where I feel so like I want to like jump through the phone and hug pile number 2 and like shake pile number 2 at the same time to be like, pile number 2, what the fuck, man? You need to get out of this situation. Hydration is the last one, and again, it's drinking more water or filling yourself up, just staying at higher levels of energy and help, and staying healthy and providing energy and making sure that you're just having like fluid in your life. When I see hydration, it's hydrating yourself. It's filling your cup. It's filling your cup with the positive things in life. It's hydrating yourself with life, hydrating yourself with beautiful things, hydrating yourself with nourishment. Hydration, water, we can't live without it. We can't live without nurturing and taking care of ourselves and filling ourselves. You have a page of cups. Hydrate yourself with that love energy that you want. Hydrate yourself. Fill your cup with this love. Hydrate your body with the page of cups energy, with that love energy. Love yourself more than you love the person that is deceiving you and using you. Love yourself. Love yourself. Love yourself. Love yourself. Pile number 2, I cannot emphasize it enough. You need to love yourself. I am going to get a rebel card for you, pile number 2. A rebel deck is bold and to the point. Let's see what they got to say to you. What is it that pile number 2 needs to know? Spirit, what is it that you want pile number 2 to know about the situation, about the future, about the month of November? What is it that you want pile number 2 to know? What is it? 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 Let's see. Pile number 2. What last message does Spirit have for you, pile number 2? What last message does Spirit have for you, pile number 2? What is it that... Oopsie, that flew. Spirit never lies. I say it once a reading. You look like a shit show. You're a hot mess. Fact. Clean yourself up. You are a hot mess, pile number 2. Clean yourself up. You look like a shit show. You need to fucking clear this shit out, pile number 2. That's the only way to say it to you. You need to clear this out. You need to start new. Let this go. Start fresh. Start fresh. Start fresh. I don't mean to be super rude or to the point, but I'm telling you, it's the energy that came over me is like, you need to get out of this. Like, stop being used. That's what your spirit guides wants you to know, pile number 2. Alrighty, with that, I'll let this be. I hope you enjoy. I hope that you pretty please subscribe so that we can hang out next time. All right, sending you tons of love and light. Take care. Hello, hello, pal number 3. Welcome. It is your turn. I am so excited that you're here, pal number 3. I hope that you enjoy your reading. We are asking Spirit for the month of November. What is it that your spirit guides want you to know? What is it that they feel like you need to know? What changes do they think that you need to make? Things like that. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I hope that you would consider doing so that we can hang out and talk to Spirit more and have a good time, right? Alrighty, so we're gonna start your reading by using our tinctures and letting Spirit know that we are ready for communication. You have chosen the fuchsite stone here. The fuchsite stone here is very beautiful. It's like a green and purple colored kind of stone. It's very pretty. And fuchsite is everything, actually. It's one of those stones that are like being a go-getter, getting what it is that you want in your life. It is that energy of that you can do anything. It leads you to the right direction. So that's the underlying energy of the fuchsite stone, which is very beautiful. And we are using the Crystal Clear Vision Tarot, the Crystal Clear Vision Tarot. And so we will get started with that, pile number 3. So Spirit, what is it that you want pile number 3 to know about the month of November? What is it that they need to know, those who've chosen pile number 3? What is it that they need to know, pile number 3? Alrighty, let's cut the deck. Alrighty, what is it that pile number 3 needs to know? Spirit, what is it that pile number 3 needs to know for the month of November? Okay, I don't know. I think those might be a little too much coming now. Let's see what we have here. So we have the High Priestess, who is clearly in reverse. So we're going to leave her in reverse. We have the World. We have the Two of Cups. We have the Seven of Cups. And we have the Queen of Swords. Some Gemini energy in here. High Priestess is reversed, so we'll see what that means and we'll evaluate that later. The underlying energy of your reading is the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords, feeling trapped, feeling like you don't know where to go, feeling like you have no options. So we'll address what's going on with that underlying energy of the Eight of Swords. Okay, so the first card we have is the High Priestess in reverse. And the High Priestess did definitely come out in reverse. And with the High Priestess in reverse, that is somebody who's kind of conniving, wants to get their way. The person who does whatever they do to almost manipulate a situation. And for some of you, I feel that you are in a situation right now where either you are being the manipulating person or you are being manipulated. But with your underlying energy being that you are the Eight of Swords, I feel that you are being manipulated in some way, shape, or form. I feel like you that you just don't know what to do about the situation, and you need to figure out what it is that's going to happen. I feel that for some of you in pile number 3, pile number 3, you are, I feel like you are either you're going through that or you're leaving that energy, because your next card over is the World, meaning that that is almost at its end, and now you're coming towards a new phase in life. Or if you're in that energy and not knowing what it is that's going to happen, your spirit guides want you to know, like, hey, you're not going to be stuck in this Eight of Swords energy forever. In fact, you're almost coming out of the Eight of Swords energy for you in pile number 3. I feel like you're coming out of that energy. I feel like you've released some things. I feel like there was some manipulation going on in your relationship and you've let it go. And I feel like you're almost ready for the next phases of your life. So if for some of you, if you were questioning if that was the right decision, it definitely was. Leaving that person is the right decision. If you're on your path of divorcing somebody, I hear the word divorce. So if you are divorcing somebody and you're still questioning it, just know that you are in the right direction for that divorce, because look what's happening. The Two of Cups energy is coming out next. The Two of Cups energy means that you're going to find that beautiful, true love. Everything is wonderful, great. The love that everybody really wants to feel. I feel everybody wants to feel. So you just know that you are heading towards that direction. You are heading towards this manipulation and trying to use people. Not use, I think it's much like manipulate the situation, getting things the way that you want to get it. You are leaving that energy, or you have left that energy with your decision for some of you to make your divorce. And you are going towards a brighter future. You're going towards a ending of that cycle and a starting of a life anew. And the card right after that, and the future card, is your Two of Cup energy. With that being said, though, keep in mind with your new love energy to just take things slow. I think there's a big warning for you to take things slow and to evaluate the situation prior to going into any new love. You've left something, you've divorced something, you're putting an end to something. Now's your chance to start the new cycle. But I think there's a big warning for you, pile number 3, and is to just, or if you already have met that person after a divorce and everything seems great and wonderful, and I am sure that it is, there's just a warning that to just know that if it's either you or the other person, that they are taking it kind of on the casual right now, that they or you are dealing with a lot of stuff, and they are not the type of person that are ready to commit just yet. Now, it doesn't mean that they won't commit. It doesn't mean that at all. It just means that for some of you in this pile number 3, that you may want to go from one serious relationship to another, or one serious thing to another. And that person in question, if you're reading this, then the person that is in question for you may not want to be as serious. Doesn't mean they're not committed, but they may just want to be like, hey, I found somebody cool that I want to hang with. This is kind of like my soulmate kind of deal. This is like a best friend that I get to date and sleep with and whatever. And if it grows into something, let it be organic. Let it be something that flows by itself. Don't let it be something that you are obligating or forcing to happen. And don't get like really upset about it, because pile number 2, because this person, he's floating around or she's floating around, and they're just like, let's just go with the flow, let's just see what's happened, let's hike together, let's chill together, let's go to Vegas together, let's whatever together, like let's just go with the flow, let's just have a good time, let's get to know each other. This can be you too, pile number 2. It's like, pile number 3, excuse me. This can be you too, where you're just like you were stuck in a relationship, you got out of it, now you're trying to go forward, you got this romance here, but maybe the person wants you to get really serious about it. And it's just like, you know what, just be very transparent. So I feel like in your relationship, pile number 3, it is important for you guys to just keep it cool, keep it flowing, be very transparent with what it is that you want. We have like the Queen of Swords energy right after that. So that's just being, and Queen of Swords, she is like stern, she's lovable, she's stern, she's to the point. So like in your new relationship, pile number 3, just make sure that you are saying what it is that you want, what it is that you're comfortable doing, what it is that you're not comfortable doing. Like you're like, I'm ready. You have a lot of other stuff going on if this is you, or your person may have a lot of stuff going on, but I do feel that it is you. Like you have a lot of stuff going on, you're not really ready to commit. You guys are just like hanging out and having a really good time. And so I feel like spirit is almost advising, if it's you or them, I don't know. Yeah, I feel like it's you though, so I'll say that it's you. But like I said, if you feel like it's them, well then there you go. But it's just, I feel like either party in the relationship, that you guys are dealing with stuff, somebody's dealing with stuff, and your relationship is cool the way it is, and just go with the flow. Don't try to force it to be something serious, stern, because that's not what's wanted. That's not what's wanted. Whether your partner doesn't want it or you don't want it, that's not wanted. So just, and if it's something that you do want, well, maybe, you need to mention that and give the other person a chance to decide if that is something that they want to be part of. But you can't, and I feel like that's why this 8 of Swords energy is here as well. For some people, I feel like there's 2 groups of people here. I feel like there's the person who was in like some kind of relationship. They weren't sure if the decision that they made was right to leave it. Boom. There was some like shady stuff going on where just people were being manipulated to get their way, got out of that. Kind of now we're starting a new cycle, right? The world started our new cycle. So what's up? We have some romance happening. We have a good thing going on. But in that energy, one of the people in there just kind of like floating, like, hey, I got a lot of stuff going on in my life. I don't really want to settle down. I just want us to go with the flow. And if it's you, you need to make that known. If it's them, you need to understand that. And if it is your person that is the going with the flow kind of idea, the going with the flow kind of mentality, that's why you may be in this 8 of Swords energy as well, because you may have a problem with the person going with the flow. You may have a problem with the person going with the flow. You may have a problem with that person not wanting to settle down and just wanting to have like a cool friendship dating thing. So if that's the case, you need to let them know what it is that you want. If this is not okay with you, if this just kind of going with it and not really committing and just kind of just enjoying the love, lust kind of relationship, if that's not for you, you need to let them know. If you're stuck in this 8 of Swords feeling trapped because you're wanting this new relationship to be something like set in stone and concrete, you can't force that on somebody. If you're that person in pile number 3 that you just like have this new love and you're like, this is cool, but why won't they commit? Why are they all over the place? They don't want to. They want to like chill and they want to go with the flow. And if it gets to that serious level down the line, great, but they're not looking to rush it. And if that's causing you agony and grief, then you have to be that Queen of Swords energy. You have to let them know that. But then you also in that same light, you have to be able to accept if they don't want that seriousness that you want, because maybe then this is not for you, right? This may not be for you. If you're the person that does not want to commit and they're wanting to commit and you're in the 8 of Swords energy because you're like, God, they're a good guy, they want to commit, but I got too much responsibilities. I'm in that 7 of Cups energy. You, again, with the Queen of Swords coming out, no matter what, the underlying message for you, pile number 3, is you need to let that person or that relationship or that situation know what it is that you're looking for. And don't settle for less. You've already been through a manipulating relationship or an end to whatever, and now you were given the world. You're given a new cycle, but don't repeat the same steps in your new cycle. Don't repeat the same steps over and over again. Then why the heck did you leave this old cycle if you're going to force something to happen that's not organic? Like if you're not willing to go with the flow, if they're not willing to go with the flow, if you or they are not bringing to the table what it is that you're looking for or they're looking for, then just step away before you guys get even closer and move on and find that energy of what it is that you're looking for. But if you're cool with this and you're like, you know what, yeah, let me go to the flow, and they are, and you guys talk about it and you're like, you know what, let's just see what happens, let's not force this, and you both are cool with it and you're fine, then just see what happens. It can be something absolutely amazing, but you have to give it its time. You have to give it its time to do that. I am going to use the Moonology cards for you. Let's see what they gotta say. Let the moon be your guide. My Moonology cards. All right, what is it, Spirit, that pile number 3 needs to know about November? What is it that you want them to know about November? What is it that you want them to know about this world energy, about starting over again, about going with the flow or stating their feelings? What is it that pile number 3 needs to know, Spirit? Try to make them look nice, you know. All right. Alrighty, pile number 3. What is it that pile number 3 needs to know? Anything that they need to know. So, A Time for Healing came out. Okay. It's time to release negativity. Don't let pride get in the way. And the answers you need are coming. So the answers you need are coming is your underlying energy. So that makes sense, right? With this 8 of Swords energy, feeling trapped, feeling confused, not knowing what's going on. The answers you need are coming. They're coming. You don't need to rush it. You don't need to like force it. The answers you need are coming. So again, with this relationship, I feel like whether the person is cool with you wanting to like not settle or vice versa, or you being cool that they may not want to settle and go with the flow, whether it's going to work, whether it's not going to work, that answer is going to come one day. It's going to come. You can't force these things to happen. It's time for healing. For some of you, I feel like it's like, hey, instead of trying to rush and making this new situation, you know, so serious and being tormented mentally about the what if, shoulda, coulda, wouldas in and out of a relationship, trying to control every single thing that happens with the relationship, how about you let it just be just organic? How about you just let it go with the flow? How about you just go inside and work on you? You can have this relationship and hang out with this person and do whatever, and use that time to heal yourself, mind, body, and spirit, to know more about yourself, to, you know, go out with friends, to laugh, to go to the gym, to do some meditation, some yoga, some self-healing. And then, you know what, yeah, I'll go out with this person here. I mean, I already left this bad situation where there was some manipulation, so why am I trying to force the new relationship to happen? Let me just heal myself. Use the time while we're trying to figure out our relationship to be like, you know what, we hang out, we have a good time, that's great, but at the end of the day, I'm just gonna go and work on myself, and if this happens, great, and if it doesn't, great too. It's time to release negativity. For some of you with this situation, if you are the person wanting somebody to settle, it's like you have to release that thought of it's not going your way, and so maybe it's not for you. Release that negativity, release that control, release that wanting things to be your way. You need to release that control. For some of you, you need to release control. I keep hearing that. So release control of wanting the relationship and things to go your way. Just go with the flow and let things be. Go with the flow. And don't let your pride go in the way. Don't let your pride get in the way, wanting things to go your way, wanting the relationship to go your way. Don't let that get in your way. Do not. And that energy came out under the Queen of Swords energy. So the Queen of Swords, for some of you, like, is just saying, because Queen of Swords, right, they're stern, they're assertive, they're loving, but they're stern and they're assertive. Don't let that pride get in your way. Don't let the pride of wanting the situation to go the way that you want it to go get in the way of a possibly beautiful relationship happening, you know. Like I said, I just feel like there's two situations here. Either you're wanting to go with the flow and you're not wanting to settle, and they don't want, and if they're not with that, then you need to just let them know and let that go. But for a majority of people, I do feel like you're in a relationship with a person. It's kind of like, hey, let's take this one day at a time and slow, and you're just like wanting to know yesterday, like, is this gonna work? Is this real? Are you committed? Are you this? Are you that? Why you want to hang out with friends? Why can't you just be with me? And you're being really a nag, and you're being really very like controlling of the situation. And I feel like Spirit is asking you during this time, like, hey, stop blocking something potentially amazing that can happen with your negativity, with your trying to control the situation. Let it be organic, and let spirit let spirit run the show. Just see what happens. Like, live your life, enjoy the time. If you enjoy the person's company and you enjoy what's going on, then stop trying to put titles to things. Just kind of go with the flow and see what happens. That's what I feel like spirit is trying to have you do for the month of November. Pile number 3. Alrighty, for the last card, I have been pulling a rebel deck. They're kind of raunchy. They are just the coolest little cards that, like, they give us a real message. So what is it that spirit wants pile number 3 to know about this situation, about this relationship in the month of November? What is it that pile number 3 needs to know? What is it that pile number 3 needs to know? What is it that you need to know, pile number 3? My cards keep moving. I'm trying to get them in the camera. There we go. Alrighty. What is it that pile number 3 needs to know? One card. Whoa. Okay. Again, it's funny because this card came out for pile number 2, but it's coming out for you as well. You look like a shit show. You're a hot mess. Fact, clean yourself up. You look like a shit show. You're a hot mess. Fact, clean yourself up. Well, this 8 of Swords energy, don't it look like a shit show? I mean, she looks like a shit show. She's in her head. Pile number 3, you are in your head. Get out of your head. Get out of your head. Like, let things be organic. Stop trying to control the situation. You'll be surprised at what the outcome is going to be. Like, for some of you, you've left that the high priestess in reverse energy, that manipulation energy, for others. And I think a majority of the people, again, who are like wanting to know now if this new relationship or new situation is going to work, is like you're almost trying, for some, I feel like, trying to manipulate the situation to be what you want it to be. You can't do that. It has to be organic. And like, if you're wanting to control that, like, you're given a chance with the world energy to let that go and to start new. But if you bring that to the new energy, then you're just going back in a cycle. But it's not a positive cycle. You're going back to the negative stuff over and over again. So hopefully, this would be helpful for you, pile number 3, to just letting go and going with the flow. You can't manipulate everything to be what it is that you want it to be, if you truly want it to be organic. Now, for those that want a relationship to be whatever you want to be, at the end of the day, nobody's happy except yourself. And then that's not really a happy situation for anybody. So just something that I feel needed to be put out there. Well, again, these readings are very general, so take what resonates with you, leave the rest. If it's you or your partner that you're feeling that it's, like if your partner is the one that is floating and you want something serious, or if you're the one that's floating and they want something serious, just, take the other person's feelings into consideration at the end of the day, and be very honest with what it is that you are wanting and expecting. And if the other person is willing to do it, great, and if not, then let it go. But remember, just don't manipulate it to be what you want. Don't let your pride and ego get in the way. You know what I mean? Like, you just need to say what you have to say, but don't let pride get in the way. You have to work with the person as well. And if you're in this relationship that's a go with the flow, have fun with it. Check it out. You never know where it takes you. All right, everyone, I hope you enjoy. I hope you consider subscribing so you can hang out with me in spirit again. I am sending you tons of love and light. I hope you have an amazing day. Take care.